Once again, your boy Memorizer made it to the Inven as a daily top topic. West got this new party finder policy about banning the bus promotion, right? So AGS is banning the bus promotion, which also means that they are against the actual busing, right? They did not say they're gonna ban the bus itself in the letter. They said they will ban the bus promotion, but this does not mean they are willing to allow busing. And what I did is I just translated it. That's it. So the purpose of this video is to check how the Koreans are reacting. Let's get to the comment. This is the reason why West is doing bad. They should have blocked the DPS meter and support the busing. 92 upvote and 46 downvote. Okay, this one you guys might say, huh? What are they saying? So if you read the comments on this comment is being sarcastic. Spam, I see. Like they want the Korea to follow what you guys are doing, the AGS is doing. A lot of Koreans are also sick of the buses and the OPA service that's going on right now in KR. Then who are these 46 downvoters is that did not understand this sarcasm and they thought this guy was saying this for real, so they downvoted. Spam OM. Wait, this guy is saying, I mean, it's a good sarcasm, but because the West is actually like, dying, there are some people who's actually believing what he's saying. Spam OM, guys. West is not dying though. Is it, chat? It's not, right? RPG need buses. They should ban the OPA service enjoyers. One downvote. And another guy, B, is saying, I mean, OPA service and bus is same, isn't it? And then this guy is saying, how do you even differentiate as a game developer in between the OPA service and the bus? This one's saying, I actually want to see how it goes after a month. There are people who actually have interest on you guys chat. Spam people shy. I feel like they're trying to test on the West server, and then are they trying to reverse import it to the KR if it goes well? And then this guy's being sarcastic saying, what do you mean? Like, we are the test server. We are KR. Shit eaters. Yeah, interesting. Yep. It's already something that's done on a couple of the KMMOs like Dungeon and Fighter. So basically, banning people who promote in the in-game, but then people can do that in the Discord. We call doing these of dark things like RMT and bus, not in the in-game, but from somewhere else like Discord. In Korea, we call this evil route. Spam OM. This one is the second best top comment, which has 88 upvote and 4 downvote. To be honest, the bus is actually making the game worse. Even if you reached a certain spec or build, by doing that specific dungeon, you have to increase your spec, and then you have to do the same shit. So basically something like this, chat. This is what he's saying, TLDR. You want to do Feymine, and the Feymine gives Transcendence, right? But people require Transcendence in order to get into the party. So they have to take the bus for the first 3 weeks. When newbies watch this kind of thing happen, then their odds of quitting the game increases drastically. He doesn't stop here, he says more. Bus, OPA service, both of them creates huge wall in front of the newbies, and that's how only veterans, old people stays in the game, and others all just quit, which results into killing the game. This guy is saying it's AGS, which is not a small gate, so this will never happen in Korea. Interesting. This guy is saying, I hope it happens in the Korea as well, because most of the busters are rice monkey RMT sellers. Spam OM, guys. The term derived from Maple Story, the other KMMO. In there, people call the RMT sellers who basically sell their in-game guild and then get the real money and live up their life with that by not having other job, guys. How do you live up? By eating rice, because rice is the meal for Koreans. That's where the rice eater came from. And for some reason, in MapleStory, people don't call people as a people. They call it monkey. So it became rice monkeys, guys. Spam OM. Alright, this guy has a 4 downvote. He says, the gatekeeping is consistently increasing, and you think that newbies will like party up and play the game just because you block the bus? The game is gonna die even more. He's coming up with a negative opinion, and it got hit by 4 downvote OM. Let's see what the comments on this comment says. This guy is saying there are a lot of other ways where you can get the honing mats and all the things, like just do single mode and there's no problem. Like this is actually not it. And then the same guy who said this says, I mean, you're not gonna like, quit the game after reaching 60 and 40, are you? You're gonna keep on increasing it. Let me give an example. You reach 60 and 60 and try to go to normal A gear. You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna get gatekept because your gem is a garbage and your roster level is garbage. You don't even have like, ancient tier 4 gear that's transferred. You get declined. So people have to take buses for the several weeks on normal A gear. That's the reality, he says. And then another guy, person C, says, I mean, it's something that everyone have to go through. You can't justify that as a reason for taking the bus. Like, if you can't get into the party because you have, like, lower specs, then you should quit the game rather than eternally taking the bus. This guy is a person D, and he says, if you are saying the buses should exist for helping newbies, then why don't you just do a free bus for those newbies? LMAO. Preventing the bus will at least try to promote people, like, doing the raid with more random people. That's what he's kind of saying. And then there's another guy who's being negative, saying, these guys don't want us to build spec, and they want us to infinitely park at certain level. And then this guy, person B, chat, another fight begins, spam, like, people fight, chat. So you're a person who never hone if it's not a character that do the bus. And then the person A says, so it looks like you're a guy who can do all the honing and relic engraving and gems and accessories by not busing. And then this guy, person C, says, what are these regards doing, LMAO? And then person D is saying that, are you a rice eater? Which means RMT seller. And then he says, yes, I am. Wow, what is going on here, bro? But where is this conversation going to? Ladies and gentlemen, maybe I should have not posted this. It created a war between Koreans. Alright, and a lot of people are saying, I wish the Korea develops the same thing. And hope that it reduces the OPA service and the bus, like, in the in-game. This guy is, like, paid chatter for AGS, guys. Spam paid chatter. He says, apparently, I think West has a better sense of, like, watching the longer term. They do better management. Honestly, busing and the OPA service kind of shit, it's a kind of a cheating. And if you see in the long term, it is definitely not good for the game. Honestly, rather than preventing the bus, ending the service should be faster. LMAO. And this guy is saying, honestly, I'm really curious about the result. I feel like the odds of surviving is 20% for the game, and the odds of ending the service is 80%. What are these comments, bro? I should not read these comments, bro. Like, yeah, I'm only gonna read a paid comment, guys, for my YouTube. Okay, guys? Yeah. Is that rigged? If they try to prevent the bus or, like, bus promotion in Korea, then Inven is gonna start, like, seizuing, like, what I'm saying, like that, like raging. And then this guy is saying, yeah, I looked into Behemoth Party Finder today and I didn't see any normal party, LMAO. And this guy is saying, like, I don't know about other region, but for Korea, bus is a main culture. Like, it already got rooted, like, deep inside. And then this guy is saying something toxic. He says, please freaking block the bus, you regard director. Wow. And this guy is saying, I think this is the correct thing to do. Like, are you guys actually having fun when you take a bus in an MMO? Like, literally a raid where you can't beat it because you don't take the bus it means it's a raid that you should not do it for now. There's a better solution. Just limit the weekly amount down to 3. So what they're saying is that when you do the top 3 gold content, then you can't earn gold, right? But you can still do other raid that you haven't done. Like the lower raid, right? Like this. They are saying just limit this down to 3 again. Because back in the day, when you do the top 3 gold earning, then you couldn't do any other raid at all. But for some reason, Smallgate, they remove the limitation. You still don't earn the gold, but you can do other raid. And this is one of the reasons why you see frequent buses. That's what they're saying. So just limit this down back to 3. Ladies and gentlemen, I found an interesting comment. This comment says, wow, they're actually trying to prevent the bus. That is how you destroy the romance of MMO. By taking bus and clearing the raid while you're just lurking and watching Netflix. And also like people who sell rice by doing the bus and keep up with their life. That is the normal MMO. Like, you know, if they kill the bus like that, then the game will die soon. Or they regard. I feel like this is sarcasm. This has to be sarcasm. This can't be, bro. This can't be. See, like immediately a guy says question mark. And in the West, typing a question mark is like, it's kind of rude, right, in the West. But in Korea, like, we just question mark when we want to, guys, on online, spam OM. So immediately, he farms a 1 question mark here by saying this. And this guy is saying, I think West is doing great. Like, you know, putting the bound gold system is also good, and this is also good. Spam OM. This guy is saying, I was sick of these bozos who take buses, and then after taking the bus, they think they know well about the raid, so they come into a freaking reclear party, and because of these bozos, I've been feeling pain of getting jailed every time the new raid comes out. Like, I actually feel jelly on the West doing this new policy, he says. And then this guy's saying, wait, or if they're like, you know, trying to prevent the busing or the bus promotion, then bad players should quit the game. Is there a game that does not have bus? Question mark. And then the person B says, I mean, is the bad player forever a bad player? If you don't take the bus and do the prog, then even a 12-year-old kiddo can become an expert. What is that logic of saying bad players cannot play the game without the bus? The person C says that has nothing to do with being a bad player. That's just being not experienced. Bad player literally means people who are bad even with a lot of experiences. And then the person D says, if a person cannot improve their skill even after like, you know, a lot of experience, then the game is not for him. He should just quit the game. This guy is saying, West is bringing meter and the bound gold, and they're trying to prevent the bus promotion. Meanwhile, what is Korea doing? Nothing. LMAO. And then this guy is saying, but what about the employees? You know, like people who don't have time, they have to take the bus. And then the person B says, you're saying as if that excuse is an actual reason. And then person C is saying, I mean, if you don't have time, just don't play it. And then the person D saying that this is an excuse because even for people who doesn't have time, they clear the raid like if they want to by not taking bus. And then the person E is saying, what do you mean because of time? LMAO. Like, you're just like making excuse because you don't want to buy gems since they are expensive. So you're just taking the bus and easy earn gold. He's saying is that, remember when they added horrible mech on Broshaza G3, G5, and G6 in order to prevent the bus? That actually like made like all the players mad because the raid was a shit. And there's a Doro emote, guys. Wait, do we have this emote on 7TV? And this guy is saying, do you know how many 1640s are there in Korea? Like, you sure that you're gonna block the bus? LMAO. And then this guy is saying, wow, like this looks like a good policy, but why are like, you know, some people actually mad? Or like, you know, I didn't know there were this much bussers and passengers. This guy is saying if you want to delete the bus, then they need to delete the supporter. The reason why Lost Ark is a game that's hard to prog and have to sit in a lobby simulator is because of the support shortage. If you just straight up try to block the bus or the promotion, there's gonna be a lot of prog parties who will fail to do the prog because they're sitting on the simulator to get the supporter for all day long. And then this guy, person B, says, I mean, your logic is weird. If you take a bus, then do you not have to do the prog then? And then this guy is saying that, I mean, supporters wants to go to a higher spec party. Why would they want to go to a, eye level? I see a lot of people being pessimistic on preventing the bus promotion or buses. And most of them bring up the reason as because Season 3's shits are so expensive. So, it's hard to keep up by not busing. If that's the reason, then don't you guys think that just by preventing the bus, the price of those, relic engraving and the gems will naturally go down? Is what he's asking. And then person B says to him that in order for that to happen, they need to freaking increase the supply of the relic engraving book for real. This guy is saying, are busters going strike on this post? Look at these negative comments, LMAO. This guy is saying, preventing the bus promotion from the in-game is gonna actually bring a huge impact, because even if people tries to keep up the bus from the evil path in here means something like Discord or Inven, there's not gonna be as much people that are gonna do that, trying to put the effort. And which I agree, by the way. This is what I agree. Yeah, you can't block the bus perfectly, but I think it will significantly decrease the amount of the busters by doing this. Okay, this guy has a point, Chad. This guy has a point. By reading this, how I felt is it's not something to do with this is right and that is wrong. It's something to do with, wow, West is at least trying to do something. On the other hand, Korea is doing nothing and they are busy on trying to hide everything. This guy is saying, so Asia's officially said that they will ban people if they promote. Then what's gonna happen is a lot of people will hide into the shade, which means Discord or Inven kind of, stuff, okay? How many people you think that people have got to do the bus from the shady places as well? Let's say the passenger and the busser is having a fight. And then what if the passenger says, hey yo, the gold that you took is a RMT gold. I'm gonna report you. If that kind of threat happens, then do you really think that people will still keep up with the busing? What the F, bro? This guy says, this will never happen in Korea because in Korea, literally Korean streamers advise to the Mokokos, it's better to take a bus in this game. Spam XDD, guys. I will give you my thought as a wrap up. Even before Asia's announced this, I've been already on the side of being against the busing because my philosophy is game is a game. What's the fun of playing the game in Lost Ark? The raid, right? You want to do the raid by yourself and then feel the fun. And bus is something that's against it. Some people might say, I mean Memo, but the game is too hard and jaily. I mean, at least they're trying hard to decrease the difficulty, right? By adding frontier system kind of stuff. Some of the comments in KR, and not just KR, some of the people in the chat right now says, but the things are so expensive, you can't keep up buying the relic engraving and the gems if you don't bus, right? It's intended to gather those kind of stuff hard without the bus. Or they failed balancing out the min-max factors, the gold sync systems. If that's the thing, then I mean, it's kind of copium, but prevent the bus, and then at the same time, reduce the cost of those, min-max factors, or increase the supply of the relic engraving book and gems, so on and so forth. What's pretty much happening for Korea region is that the game tries to be conservative. If it's not something that is decreasing their profit, they don't take a step. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a new Inven post that's talking about you guys. So after that announcement from my post, this post says, look what's going on the Western server. Normal account, teaching lobby 9K per student, 3 teachers, EUC teachers 5. And coming up with this image, busser? No. Teacher? Yeah, so TLDR, they're trying to XDD out the bus policy by calling the busser as a teacher. Do you think this will work? Bruh, I hope Smaugate is not dumb. The best comment says, this is the same thing that happened in the Maple story as well. Instead of saying busser as a busser, they just abbreviate by saying B. We're looking for B. And then the passenger abbreviate into P. We're looking for P, like that. And this actually went through, they say. What? No! Yo, warning, AGS, bro, you gotta do something on this, okay? Yo, don't let these people do this. Alright, AGS? Yeah, I believe you. And also, am I a good boy, guys? Am I a good boy of translating this into the
Hey guys,
Inven
this is Memorizer92. I'm here with another video.
artist code?
Cream pie.
Whatever Inven post that your boy Memorizer make, it goes into the top post. See this? This is the daily top post, and my post is on here. 316 comments. Outstanding. 07. Stay giga shit. Spam load it, guys.